Okay, this is page 68, problem number 4. It says, suppose at the beginning of 2002 you decided to invest $20,000 in Vanguard's European Stock Index. This shows you the annual rate of returns, negative 17.85, 38, so on, so on, forth. Okay, it says compute the annualized return. They want to use the geometric mean, which is multiplying them together and then having the y to the x function, the exponent that you go by, over the 5-year period using the following returns over the 5 years. How much money would you have accumulated by the end of 2006? Okay, so the first thing you want to do is find out your annualized return. Okay, so we go back and do it the same way we just did on the previous problems. Remember that formula is basically for the geometric mean, you just take whatever the returns were each year and you either add or subtract them from 1 so you can multiply them, you can compound them together, or multiply them together, then you take all that, your product of these, times 1, or to the exponent 1 over t. In this case t is 5, so 1 over 5. Subtract 1 from that, so you get a percentage. So the first year we had a negative 17.85%, so it's 1 minus 0.1785. Second year we had a positive 38.84%, so it's 1 plus 0.3884, then 1 plus 0.2096, and then 1 plus, so you're adding these numbers so you get these, so you can multiply these all together, and then you want to take them to the power of 1 over 5 and then subtract 1. So this, obviously, since this is less than 1, it's 0.8215, and these numbers come down here. And remember, you can use the y to the x function. Once you get the product of multiplying these together, then hit whatever that product is, hit the y to the x key, and instead of putting 1/5 in there, remember that's the same as putting 0.20 for the x part of y to the x. So whatever this number is, y to the x, and then put 0.2 in, and that gives you a number, and then you subtract 1 from that, and this gets you the geometric average or geometric mean, which is 14.99%. Remember, that's your average per year return. So what are they? That's the first part of the problem. They want to know what your average return is over 5 years. It's 14.99%. The second part, B, says how much money would have accumulated by the end of 2006. Okay, so you know you started out with $20,000. They told you that. You started out with $20,000 in the Vanguard fund. You have a compounded rate of 14.99. You have a rate that will compound, and the rate of return you had was 14.99%. So it's a real simple calculation. 1 plus the 14, so you're going to make a compound rate right here. So you got to add 1 to that, so you can compound this number to the 5th power. See, that gives you your compound factor right there, and all you do is multiply that by the original amount you had. So this is a percentage rate that got compounded over 5 years. When you do 1 plus this to the 5th power, that gives you whatever that compounded rate is, multiplied times the original $20,000, and you get $40,212. So you more than doubled in 12 years. All right, so that's how you do problem number 4, page 68.